Today's Cowboys Report is brought to you by Kashiyama the Smart Tear. They hooked me up with this awesome custom-fitted suit, so you should go check them out as well. Schedule a free fitting by emailing dallas@kashiyama1927.com. Now, free agency is almost here for the Dallas Cowboys, and you know what that means. Clock's ticking. The clock is very much underway. Barring a last-second change of the start date of NFL free agency, they got to get going. The Cowboys do. 4 stars on this one. It's absolutely ticking here for the Dallas Cowboys. The deadline is almost here. They got to start making some moves. The Cowboys have less than 24 hours before the start of the legal tampering period for NFL free agency. With the CBA having passed earlier this morning, there is only one tag available. In all likelihood, that will go to one Dak Prescott, and that will be around $32.6 million or so. It's going to be expensive is what I'm saying. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, who are prepared to fully let Amari Cooper or Byron Jones leave, also have to deal with Amari Cooper. More on him, but before we get into that, Ryan Tannehill and his contract was just agreed to between Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans. A 4-year, $118 million deal. 29.5 is the average. There's $97 million in guarantee. Ryan Tannehill just got the bag for doing a far lesser job than Dak Prescott has done for the Dallas Cowboys. If you weren't already aware, Dak is going to be expensive. Get the deal done soon is the main message I'm conveying here. And at minimum, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you got to get one of Dak or Amari done. You cannot let Amari Cooper hit the open market. Starting at noon Eastern on Monday, players, you'll see deals agreed to. So why take that risk of letting Cooper hit the open market? I would venture to say they're close. They've been close for both of these players for a long time now, and neither side's really taken that extra step forward. It's time for the Cowboys to make that decision. You won on your deals with Jalen Smith. You won on your deal with La'el Collins relative to the rest of the market. Stop trying to make that happen. It's not going to work. The Cowboys have to get deals done and quickly. The whole deadlines make deals theory that Jerry loves, it is very much being put to the test as we speak. The deadline for that franchise tag, 11:59 quite frankly, Eastern time. It's 1 second before the legal tampering period begins. Official NFL free agency and official signing of deals is March 18th. Now, I will make note, this all goes out the window if the NFL decides to delay the start of NFL free agency. We'll see if that ends up happening. If you do tag Dak Prescott, the deadline gets pushed back to July 15th. But you got to pick one to extend, and really soon. Clock's ticking. So pick one for me. D for Dak, C for Cooper. I will make this the pinned comment of the video. I'm going to talk more about it in a second, but go cast your votes right now by scrolling on down if you get with an ad break right here. Now, back to some more quarterback discussions. I've really tried to make this point clear. I hope that the Tannehill extension can help us clarify it. But remember, Dak was already well above the general guidelines and the general amount before the Ryan Tannehill deal. Oh, by the way, I think around 2021, 2022, when the new TV deals come in, the salary cap is going to explode. If you continue to offer Dak Prescott less than what Jared Goff got, and frankly, at this point, just get the damn thing done. I know it's going to be expensive, but in 2 years, with Ryan Tannehill and those types of average starting quarterbacks getting 30, in 2 to 3 years, 40 might not even be that much. Now, you don't have to pay Dak 40 right now. You don't. But if you can get this thing done for 36 even at this point, just do it. I know. I want to keep it under Russell Wilson. I will increase my guarantee because in all likelihood, Dak's going to get that full money anyway. Now, when it comes to the franchise tag amounts, and this is why that alleged offer of 33, which was old, by the way, but, welcome to life in media, this is why that offer didn't make a whole lot of sense. The Dak franchise tag, if it is the exclusive franchise tag, which I think is the route the Cowboys are planning to go, 31.6 this year, 37.9 in 2021, and then 2022, it's way up there at 54.6. It's a ridiculous amount of money. You're not going to franchise tag him in 2022. But at 34.75, the average there, why is Dak going to settle for less than 34? If you get him at 34, it's a massive win. The longer you wait, Cowboys, the more expensive this deal is going to become for Dak. So we mentioned Amari. At some point, you have to get one of those two deals done, or you're not going to feel good about it. So Cowboys, please, please, please work with some urgency here on one of these two deals at minimum. Now, as mentioned, today's show was brought to you by Kashiyama the Smart Tailor. They have a brand new modern tailor line. It's modern and truly built for the 21st century professional. The fabrics are much more up to date. They're a little bit closer to the awesome athletic gear that breathes well and fits so much better. It's machine washable, by the way, as well, so you can put it in the bag it comes with and put it right into your washing machine, saving you all kinds of hassle and money. It's travel ready with wrinkle resistant fabric, and these tailored suits, folks, start from $300. So book your fitting today. It's 1 hour. All it takes. Super easy, super professional. It's a fantastic fitting by heading over and emailing dallas@kashiyama1927.com. I'll put that link in the comments and the description for you guys, but it's dallas@kashiyama1927.com. Email them today for your free fitting. All right, beyond the Dak and Amari discussion, some other Cowboys rumors around. Let's focus in now on Randy Gregory. Could he return, especially in light of the brand new CBA? I'm going to give this one 3 stars. I do think that's the path that Gregory and the Cowboys and the NFL are heading. But I want to emphasize this too. Even though I think this happens, that does not mean it's a sure thing. And frankly, I don't know if we're going to get much actual news around this until potentially June or after the NFL draft. Now, as we've mentioned before on the show, the new NFL CBA drug policy does open a path back for Gregory because they're not going to suspend players anymore for marijuana abuses. So that's big for Randy Gregory. And I will make note, when you think about it, the NFL kind of needs a new poster boy for oh, look how much we've changed. You're allowed to smoke weed now. So do you want to give Randy Gregory another chance? We'll dive into this more in depth in just a second, but cast your votes. Type Y for yes or type N for no if you want to give Randy Gregory another chance as a member of the Dallas Cowboys. That's Y for yes, N for no. Now on to the Cowboys' defensive end depth chart, so we'll call it edge here to keep it clear. It's pass rushers. Robert Quinn's a free agent. Kerry Hyder's a free agent. We'll see what ends up happening with Tyrone Crawford here. But edge is a need for the Dallas Cowboys. That is critical for them. And even if you bring in Randy Gregory, and this is the point I really want to emphasize, you cannot operate as if the addition of Randy Gregory fixes all your errors. Oh yeah, we got Tank and we got Randy Gregory, we're set now. That is a bad way to operate. Yeah, he was pretty darn good in 2018. But here is career stats. The dude has missed a significantly higher amount of games than he's played. So yeah, I'm actually down to give Randy a chance again, but I'm not assuming anything when it comes to him. And we'll dive into some more rumors. But first, general question for you guys. Who here wears a suit to work? Obviously, I've been rocking one lately. Type Y or 1 for yes or 0 for no if you guys wear a suit to your work. Moving on now to some more free agency targets. Chris Harris and the Cowboys. I'm going to give this one 2 stars, but we're back on I just call it our social media BS, quite frankly. Chris Harris has recently followed Dak Prescott on Instagram. Therefore, he's going to the Cowboys. Done deal, right? That's how things work in 2020. Of course, that is heavy sarcasm right there. I don't really think it has any connection whatsoever, but Harris in Dallas does still make some sense. A big reason why is that he has expressed interest in playing before because, he's a Cowboys fan before he entered the NFL. The Cowboys were reportedly among the teams interested. My issue is this. I like Chris Harris, the player. In terms of free agency options, he's your best chance to replace Byron Jones. I don't think the Cowboys even wanted to pay Byron $13 million a year. Now, Jones is younger, entering his prime. Harris, quite frankly, is not at this point. But why would the Cowboys, as good as Chris Harris is, pay a significantly higher amount at the cornerback spot than previously they showed interest in doing for Byron Jones? But make no mistake, corner is a big-time need for the Dallas Cowboys. They have got to, and I mean got to, find some help because 3 of your top 5 guys are free agents. And CJ Goodwin really is more of a pure special teams guy, but that is something the Cowboys have to address. So I do have interest in Chris Harris. I question if the price tag will end up working for the Dallas Cowboys. But as we often heard before, free agency, when you're trying to drum up some more interest for your own team, you kind of tend to mention the Cowboys just to help that out a little bit. Now, as we mentioned earlier, today's show is brought to you by Kashiyama the Smart Tailor. You can check out their entire modern tailor line at Kashiyama1927.com. And yes, those fittings are free for the suits to start at $300. That is Kashiyama1927.com. And to make your life easier, I'll put that link in the comments and the description for you guys. Now, there were some notable Vikings players who have recently been cut, Linval Joseph and Xavier Rhodes, so pick one for me. J for Joseph, R for Rhodes, and stay tuned because I'm going to break down which one is the obvious better fit for the Dallas Cowboys. We begin with Linval Joseph here amongst the Vikings cuts. I'm still going to give this 2 stars, but I like this idea. First off, this definitely fits into my Fatties Only 2020 campaign for the Cowboys defensive line. Linval Joseph is a big boy, and he handles that role as a run stopper incredibly well. Now, he is getting older. He is already in his 30s. You're not going to get him in his quote-unquote prime anymore, but he remains a great run defender. There's some connection with former Vikings DC George Edwards now on the Cowboys coaching staff. And I want to make this note, too. Now, the NFL is changing its comp pick format, but this I don't believe has been changed. A player who was cut by a team like Linval Joseph doesn't impact you when it comes to the comp pick formula. So you're going to get some picks back for guys like Byron Jones, Malik Collins, and whoever else you end up losing. Signing Joseph wouldn't potentially take those picks away. So I am all aboard the idea of adding Linval to the Dallas Cowboys. It's a need. Antoine Woods, plain and simple, is your only true run clogger on this roster at defense tackle. Now, Crawford's good against the run. He's not a nose guard. Dallas needs to get one of them. So if it's Damon Harrison, Linval Joseph, whatever, Mike Pennell, if you want to go super cheap, I need another big boy on the interior to help stop the run. I want to thank everybody who watches the Cowboys Report and who is subscribed right now because we hit 50K subs. We did it. We avoided my or else meeting. Thank you all so much. So now I want to hear from you. How should we celebrate 50K subs? And yes, I will put this up as a community question on the channel as well because I want to see what you guys want me to do. I will not shave my head. Dyeing it could be in the cards, though. Now we get to Xavier Rhodes. Should the Cowboys pass on him? 3 stars. It's also kind of punny when you think about it because NFL teams had great success passing on Xavier Rhodes this past season. I'm going to put this delicately. He sucked. There's no other way around it other than just to say Xavier Rhodes was not good last year. He has regressed the past few seasons. Frankly, he was one of the worst starting cornerbacks in the NFL. Now, there's nothing wrong with a 1-year deal for the vet minimum. That is why I gave it 3 stars and not 4. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But if you're bringing in Xavier Rhodes and you think this, per Pro Football Focus, some horrible coverage stats, that's awful production, by the way. If you think that is going to fix the Cowboys cornerback spot, oh, my sweet summer child, you are going to be so disappointed. I know that Xavier Rhodes is a brand name and somehow made the Pro Bowl this year, which made 0 sense whatsoever. Bringing Xavier Rhodes in alone does not fix your cornerback spot. And frankly, in general, most NFL teams don't love going with an older player to try and fill that cornerback spot. So it's a big-time need, but Rhodes alone doesn't come close to solving your issues at that spot. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.